Hey guys, this is Peter here with another review. This time we've got the Adidas Crazy Explosive. These are the Andrew Wiggins Player Edition. He wears during the Minnesota Timberwolves away games. They just came in. They arrived at my door the other day, actually on a Sunday, which is kind of strange, but I think they're trying to keep up with their shipping during the holiday season. So yeah, I got them for 25% off on sportcheck.ca during Cyber Monday. And this version, you can see, features a prime knit upper, an interior GeoFit booty for good lockdown. You got full-length boost cushioning, and only Adidas is best, and a coral traction pattern. It also has a dynamic lacing system. Only 4 lace loops. Seems kind of strange, but we'll see what I think. I picked them up to wear as my regular shoes just for the rest of the basketball season that's upcoming. I got a chance to play in them this past weekend during our team's home tournament and during some practices this week as well. I wasn't disappointed, so let's get right into it. Alright, so let's move on to traction. This particular colorway of the Crazy Explosive features a translucent outsole with what Adidas is calling a coral traction pattern. Comparing them to my last shoes, the Nike LeBron Zoom Soldier 9, they have seemed to compare fairly well. When I first looked at the pictures of the shoe online, I really did think that the traction was going to be sketchy. I've never really seen a traction pattern like this, and so traction's one of those things you usually want to stick with what is traditional and what is safe. Herringbone, for example, is a very generic traction pattern that can be seen across many basketball shoes in some way, shape, or form. My Nike Kyrie 1s that I had before the LeBrons, they had herringbone on them over the entire bottom, and they were some of the best shoes I've had in the traction department. Those things stuck to the court like duct tape. But I have to say, the Crazy Explosive is just as good, if not better, in the traction department. It requires minimal wiping on dusty courts. Once or twice when the clock stops, you should be fine. It's basically like comparing duct tape to tuck tape. Now, bear with me on this one. These would be the tuck tape, and the LeBrons over here, these would be the duct tape. Now, you know that tuck tape is stickier than duct tape, but it also doesn't hold up as well as duct tape does against the elements. And so, while this is a better indoor traction experience, this is probably better for outdoor courts. Outdoor courts tend to wear down on your shoes a whole lot more than indoor courts do, and so if you're planning on wearing these outside, I wouldn't recommend buying them. I would look at another shoe if I was you. So yeah, these do very well in the traction department, but again, avoid outdoor courts. Alright, so moving on to fit. The Crazy Explosive feature an inner GeoFit booty, which is very similar to wetsuit material, so it keeps your feet nice and cool. It also features only 4 lace loops, which to some people may seem strange, but once you get the laces nice and tight, your feet aren't going anywhere. You're locked in very well. Same thing goes for getting your foot in. It's really difficult to get your foot in, but once your foot is in there, you're good to go. You're not going to have any shoes flying off while you're running down the court like Kevin Durant in the KD9. So after you lace them up, the lockdown is A1. I would highly recommend these if you're looking for a lot of support. My size 12 pair originally did feel a little tight, and I was kind of upset about that. But after a game and a little bit of practice, they were great in that department. The prime knit material just needed some time to stretch out, which goes for all knit materials like Nike's Fly Knit, which they use on the KD8 and the KD9 and the Kobe 11, things like that. With Andrew Wiggins as a signature athlete for this shoe, I originally wondered if it was just going to feel like a low top and not actually maybe the top part, which is for show. Because in the past, if you look at Andrew Wiggins in college, he was at Kansas, which is an Adidas school. He wore low tops, and even in his first 2 years in the league, before he was given the opportunity to wear these, he wore low tops. He wore the Crazy Light Boosts. And so I was a little concerned when I got these, but I did hear from some other reviewers that good lockdown, good support and great for all positions of the court. So there was no shortage of support at all, and they felt like high tops all the way through. So if you're looking for a good fit and lockdown and support as maybe a big man play the 4 or the 5 position, I would definitely recommend these. So looking in on the materials, we have an upper of Prime Knit, which I did mention earlier. It's basically Adidas' version of Flyknit. I did mention that earlier as well. It's very soft.